The narrative begins with an introduction to the figure of Saddam Hussein, characterized as an orphan child rising to prominence as a leader, remembered globally 2 decades after his passing. The story highlights the historical significance of Iraq, with its connection to Islam and the birthplace of prophets like Abraham, Lot, and Jonah. Yet, despite its rich spiritual heritage, Iraq's people turned away from divine teachings, eventually beginning to worship fire. Post-Prophet Muhammad, the region witnessed significant transformations under the leadership of the first caliph, Abu Bakr. He employed his skilled general, Khalid bin Walid, who successfully conquered Iraq and brought it under Muslim control, a monumental victory that sustained Muslim dominance for over a millennium. However, the 20th century saw drastic changes during World War I when British forces captured Iraq from the Ottoman Caliphate, establishing a puppet king, disrupting traditional governance across the Arab world. Amidst this chaos, Iraq's installed ruler could not maintain control, leading to political instability. Within this turbulence was born Saddam Hussein, in a humble village, often recognized with contrasting views, as either a hero or a feared dictator. His childhood was marked by tragedy. His father's death preceded his birth, provoking his mother's attempted suicide. Faced with bullying, Saddam exhibited early signs of resilience, defending himself with a steel rod against tormentors, a mark of his innate fearlessness. His situation worsened with his mother's remarriage and his stepfather's abuse, prompting Saddam at age 10 to live with his uncle. This decision proved pivotal. His uncle introduced him to the Ba'ath Party, a small faction with limited membership but boundless ambitions. Saddam's involvement began early, and he quickly established himself as a daring presence, unmatched in courage to the party which, supported by the CIA, orchestrated a coup against Iraq's prime minister. At 24, Saddam was at the forefront of executing this mission. Despite its failure and his subsequent retreat to Egypt, the attempt ingrained him within the cadre of influential power players. The episode fortified Saddam's reputation, attracting cooperation from global intelligence forces, notably the CIA. When the Ba'ath Party secured dominance, Saddam resumed activity in Iraq, ascending rapidly in rank. By the age of 30, he emerged as Iraq's second most formidable authority, sculpting the trajectory that would define his future leadership. When Iraq gained independence from British control, its oil and gas resources were still largely influenced by the United Kingdom. The nationalization of these resources by Saddam Hussein marked him as a nationalist hero among Iraqis, as it symbolized a reclamation of their wealth and autonomy. In 1973, the geopolitical stage was set for a major conflict between Israel and surrounding Arab nations. Israel's victory was facilitated by the support of the United States, a major superpower, which ignited tensions across the Arab world. In retaliation, Saudi King Faisal led an oil embargo against nations supporting Israel, aiming to coerce Western countries, particularly the US, to reconsider their alliances. This embargo sent oil prices soaring from $3 to $12 per barrel, seriously impeding an America that depended on Arab oil for 80% of its supply. While the embargo aimed to weaken Western powers, Saddam Hussein emerged as an unexpected beneficiary. The elevated oil prices fueled Iraq's economy, which Saddam used to transform the nation into a modern state. From electrifying every village to building free hospitals and schools, he utilized oil profits to bolster Iraq's infrastructure and economy, creating a strong and autonomous nation. Saddam's leadership style and image were heavily influenced by the movie The Godfather, emulating the persona of a mafia don with signature suits and cigars. This charismatic and fearsome image enabled him to wrest the reins of power from the aging president. Just days into his presidency, he orchestrated a purge under the guise of a conspiracy, leading to the elimination of alleged conspirators and establishing a reign of terror. However, his most significant political blunder arose with the ascension of Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran in 1979. Khomeini's revolution overthrew the Shah and sent ripple effects throughout the region, threatening existing power structures. Detesting Khomeini and feeling threatened as a Sunni leader over a Shia majority populace, Saddam entered a conflict with Iran. Despite initial territorial gains, his forces suffered significant losses and were unable to maintain control. Invading Kuwait was Saddam's greatest mistake. The U.S., claiming no interest in Arab conflicts, tricked Saddam into the invasion to justify sending troops to the Arab world. They showed Saudi Arabia fake images of Iraqi tanks, warning that Saddam's next target was Saudi Arabia. Frightened, Saudi Arabia allowed U.S. military bases, angering its people, especially Osama bin Laden. The U.S. demanded Saddam withdraw from Kuwait or face attack. When he refused, the U.S. liberated Kuwait in 1 month. As he fled, Saddam launched 40 missiles at Israel, America's ally, earning him admiration as a hero among some. With the world against him, Saddam transformed from a secular leader into a champion of Islam, making Quran studies mandatory, banning alcohol, adding Allahu Akbar to Iraq's flag, and ordering the Quran written in his blood. He hoped his people would protect him from America in the name of Islam. But U.S. sanctions crippled Iraq's economy, leaving its people struggling for food. America's sanctions were like a lion waiting for its prey to die. Then, 2 of Saddam's generals, his sons-in-law, defected, calling him a ruthless dictator with nuclear weapons. Devastated, Saddam offered forgiveness if they returned with his daughters. When they did, he ordered their divorce and execution. His daughter later confirmed her brother Uday, Iraq's notorious Don, carried out the killings. Uday, known for torture and lavish parties, was feared by all, but Saddam relied on him for dirty tasks.